Welcome back to Studio 33 Art by Kay. Today I'm going to be trying a Sharmin style split piece today. Again, I'm just using a ceramic tile because I can turn these into such beautiful trivets, and I find that they become usable art in that way, which is something I like to do, create things that people can actually use. So I'm going to do a split base where I'm going to do pink on one side, which will be the Global Fuschia, and on the other side I'm going to be doing the Eraldo Silver Cloud that's mixed together with metallic ice gold. And then I'm going to do two blooms in the middle and do a deconstructive bloom of sorts. So without further ado, I'll get on with that. I'll list all the paints in the description below rather than going through each one individually, or I probably will mention them as I'm using them. So here we go. Now I've just prepared my tile just by using the isopropyl alcohol just to clean it. That's all that's necessary. So I'll just lay half of the, there's half, be a bit of a guess there. Just lay the paint on half of it. I've just got this on my turntable so that when I'm blowing the blooms out, I will be able to turn the tile around. It just makes it a lot easier to do it that way. You don't have to have it on a turntable. So I've just mixed all my paints today with Floetrol and just Floetrol and paint as usual. And just to the consistency where when the paints run back into the cup, it forms a little mound for a couple of seconds and then disappears. So it's not very, very thin, and it's not very, very thick either. Okay, so just spread that around the edges, make sure my edges are covered. I like to make sure that they are, so that when the paints move off the edge of the tile, that we've got a very nice edge for our trivet. So that's that. Now I'm going to be putting down the Global Fuschia. It's a very pretty colour, this one. I do love a nice pink. And I'll just spread that with one of my wooden sticks. These sticks are great. You can just either wash them when you're finished, or you can just wipe them clean as you go. And even if they've got paint that's soaked into the timber, once they've been wiped, then they're still good to go once they dry. You can just use them again without any fuss. So they're very, very simple to use, and you can use them again and again and again until they literally fall apart, which takes quite a lot to get them to do that. Okay, so I think I've got my edges covered. Doesn't matter if the line in the center isn't perfect. So we're going to be blowing our blooms out anyway. So I'm just wiping the little thing off on there, and it's now good to go again. Just tying my hair back so I'm not going to get it in the paint, which quite often happens. So now I'm just going to hit this with my heat embossing tool just to burst any bubbles. I can see there's a million little bubbles there in the white. And that's probably because that paint was mixed up today, where the other one's been mixed for probably a couple of months. If you do mix your paints up and you use these bottles, any sort of bottle with a screw top, these are the Lolly Beffy ones, but you can find this type of thing elsewhere, although they are difficult to find. I find if you know, you can leave your paint in there for months, mixed up with the Floetrol, so it's ready to go. Because that one, it's probably a couple of months since I mixed that up. Right, so now I'm going to lay down a little bit of the green paint. Just have a pop of green underneath my blooms. Just a little bit there. I do like my greens to be two-toned. So I'll just pop a little bit of the Global Deep Green on there. So the other one was the Global Green Light. Just apply a little bit. I'll just blow those out first, and then I'll do the blooms on top. It's just to put a little bit of greenery into it. So I'll just put a little tiny bit of the black cell activator. Now the cell activator is the Global Black mixed with Australian Floetrol, approximately 1 to 4. And with the leaves, I like to just put the little bit of cell activator just at the bottom and then blow them out. I should have done that the other way though, because I want them to go away from the blooms. Okay, so if you just excuse my head for a moment while I blow these leaves out. Okay, well they've blown out nicely. Lots of nice cells there. Beautiful. Right, so now I'm going to be using this beautiful metallic purple sequin by Eraldo, which is one of my favourite colours at the moment. I'm just going to do a couple of larger blooms on here. So about there. I'll do them both the same colour. I'm going to be adding to that the Eraldo purple. It's beautiful, beautiful purple, which I call Cadbury's purple. Hope Cadbury's doesn't mind me calling it that. That's what it reminds me of. And then I'm going to be adding, for a bit of contrast, the metallic burnt orange by Eraldo, which is another beautiful, beautiful metallic colour. Now I want to add a little bit of gold in there, so I'll use my Mont Marte pouring paint gold, which is my favourite gold. But I'm just going to put it just, instead of in the centre, I'm just going to put it around the edges, just to see how that goes. I like to get the gold more to the edges. Hopefully I haven't put too much on there and it won't take over the other colours too much. But putting it on the edge, it should force it out to the edges rather than being in the middle. And so now I'm going to put the cell activator in the middle there, just a little drizzle. I don't want it to be too thick in the centre there. And that's the one I'm going to use the black. And on the other one, I'm going to use the Global Metallic Pearl Cell Activator. And then we'll see the difference between the two. Okay, so now I'm just about to blow those out by mouth. So again, just excuse my head for a moment. Okay, so the black has created beautiful cells here. That white didn't create any cells at all. So that's the Global Metallic Pearl. So I won't use that again as a cell activator. Whereas the black has made these beautiful cells. So I might just actually put a little bit of paint in here and just blow that center out again, but with the black cell activator on there. I'll just put a little bit of the purple. And a little bit of the purple sequin. And we haven't got much orange coming through, so I'll put orange on top. And then I'll add a tiny bit of gold. See, the gold has come out quite well, so I won't put too much on there, just a couple of little drops. And now I'll just put the black cell activator on there. So all is not lost. You can always put paint on top of paint, as long as you don't get too thick, because it might crack when it's drying if it dries too quickly otherwise. If your paint is fairly thick, just make sure you put a cover over it when it's drying, like a box, and in a cooler room so that it dries slowly. Right, so I'll just blow that one out and see what we get. Okay, well, how pretty do they look with the pink underneath? It's lovely, and I love the orange. And see here where we've got the purple and the purple sequin are just outlining there where I haven't blown those out, and I really like that. I like to have a little bit of solid colour in there. So they're looking really lovely. See here, I've just had, I've dripped a little bit of the gold there, so I'm just going to lightly touch that with my finger. Just to get rid of that. And they're gone. Right, so now I'm just going to do a little bit of embellishing here. So I'm just going to use a skewer. And it's actually very pretty just how it is, isn't it? So I will now just outline the petals a little bit. I think I want these to stay looking like flowers rather than doing a complete deconstruction. But we'll see how we go. Oh heck, why not try it? I'll try and do a bit of a split up, see what I get. It's only paint, as they say. Trying to work out where to go. Okay, now I'll just try this leaf here. Just use the pointy end to drag it in a little bit. And this guy up here is looking more like a frog at the moment. Just to get some shape into them. Now, I'm not pretending to be anything like Sharmin Khan. She's obviously an extremely accomplished artist. I'm not. But I'm really just trying to show you that we can all have a go and try and get something beautiful and in fact get something beautiful. So I'm speaking early here, of course. This might not turn into something beautiful at all. Okay, now I might spin that out a little bit now before I go any further. And just the other way. Don't want to spin it too much. Right, so that's just spread and created a bit more interest here. So now I'll just continue to do some embellishing. fact, I might put a little bit of orange into that. And just put a little bit of paint on the table there. Hopefully you can see that. Yes, you can. And then I'm just going to run that through there. Yeah. Just to bring that bit of colour in an area which I'm thinking is pretty boring. Now here, this is really showing me that it wants to make the fan shape, so I'll come through here and come down into there. Might use the thick end of the skewer for this actually, for this one. And in here, see where I've gone through the white there, it's created that little pattern. Here there's a cell that I can run a line through, make a nice little heart shape. So I'm just looking for things that I can change slightly. Maybe I need something coming up here a bit more. Maybe a bit more of the orange. Start running it from, say, here and then through. Make that a little bit more interesting there. That gold is certainly spread through, but I'm loving that orange with the purple and then the pink background. Looks great. I'll just bring this guy. Bit of orange. It's an otherwise very dark area there. These cells are beautiful with the orange and then that bit of purple coming through, making those lovely little cells in there. Don't want to disturb that there or that bit there. So just create some spirals in here. There though, don't want to disturb that, I don't think. Might even do something random. I'm going to do a little balloon kiss right there because I think there's some purple come up underneath the pink base. So I'll just have a go. There we go. It's just brought up some of the lovely purple in there. Just always wipe your balloon between dips, otherwise it tends to make the colours mix up too much. So that's just made that a little bit more interesting there. Just put an outline around the little kiss there. And then I'll do a final little balloon kiss, or finger kiss there in the middle. There we go. Of interest there, the same as this one here. I mean, that just looks lovely there, I think, anyway. It just looks like an iris or something sitting in amongst, which is lovely. And that's a little flower there. So that's something a little bit different. So I'd like to do another one of those, two on their own isn't very inspirational. Now, so we've got our bit of greenery, which is the leaves. I'll just put a bit of definition into this part here. Might make that into a little balloon kiss too, I think. I'm just not liking that. It looks too artificial. I'm trying to do a slightly bigger balloon kiss by just squeezing the balloon a little bit. And there we go. That was the balloon, not me. Okay, there wasn't much colour under there, so now I'll just bring some colour in with the skewer. Sometimes if you haven't got a lot of colour underneath, the balloon kiss doesn't do much, whereas if you've got the colours layered under there, it really brings up beautiful things. I think here it's mainly just that I've got the pink base and the gold and a bit of the green, so it didn't come up quite as nice as I had would have liked. So I might just do a bit of a swirly. A bit of purple on the skewer there. Okay, I probably don't want to do too much more. It's starting to look a little bit busy. So I'll just hit it with the heat torch and just see if it brings up any more of these cells. I think I should do something there. Maybe just a little spiral in there. I'm liking this here. Don't want to mess that up, so I'll just do a tiny spiral through here. Maybe a balloon kiss actually. You can see that, you know, as you go, you just sort of think of different things, and this is where the creativity comes into it. Where you can just create whatever you like. That's good, bring up a bit of the pink there. goes there too. So as I say, get the paint on your finger, just enough, and then very lightly. If you push down, it'll sink to the bottom. You want it to sit on the top. Ah, too deep. I could feel as soon as I hit it that I went too far. Very lightly, just to get that paint to transfer off your finger. Okay, so I've managed to get some gold on there. And now I'll just break it up with the skewer. So we've got a tiny little flower sitting on there. And amongst the other bits. Right, well, I think we could go on forever, and I know you don't want that to happen, so I'll finish up there and I'll bring you down for a close-up. I may do a little bit more between now and when I come back, but if I do, I'll show you what I did. Okay, see you soon. Right, so now I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. So here she is with the little flowers that I've added in there. I've probably gone too far, but I was having fun. And it's all about having fun. Your art room, your rules. So I've got these little flowers that I've added in there just by little puddles, and then drawing them in with the skewer, and then doing a tiny little finger pop. You can see here, this one's beautiful here, love that. And we've got our lovely cells here made out of the burst orange and the purple sequin. I like that little guy there too. And I'm really loving the fuchsia, the global fuchsia as a background. I haven't done much in the way of split colour backgrounds. I'm going to do more of those because it is really lovely. So there it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one today, and hopefully I'll see you back here in Studio 33 real soon. Bye for now.